Hi everyone, Leanne here from Jaded Blossom, and it is time for the Car Dyes Police Cruiser Add Ons assembly video. Hey, so I'm using that brand new Car Dyes Police Cruiser Add Ons along with our Car Dyes Cruiser. And I went ahead and I cut out that car first out of paper tray ink white cardstock. So this main car is from that plain old Car Dyes set. Then this part is from the police car set. So I cut them both out of white. Doesn't really matter. You don't really see it. Well, you somewhat see it, like the roof line of the car you see. And I'm going for what the police cars look like in Thunder Bay, Ontario. Okay, then next I cut these two pieces out of the main car dye set. And these are called, this is called Enchanted Evening. It's like a dark navy from paper tray ink. And I'm going to put them together with some Barely Art glue using my reverse tweezers. Now the steering wheel I cut out of Simon Says Stamp Black Glossy cardstock. There we go. All my die cutting today was done with my Anna Griffin Mini Empress machine. Working on a Stampin' Up! Pad like I usually do. There we go. Just trying to get things straight, and I do weight it down in between. Now I went ahead and I cut out this light assembly out of some black cardstock. I believe it was American Crafts. Don't quote me. It doesn't show, so it doesn't matter. Then I used Recollections Silver Mirror cardstock. And then I'm using American Crafts red, blue, and then I'm using a white shimmer cardstock from American Crafts for the center. And this is all just for the police lights. Now at the end, I'm going to do something special to these police lights, so it doesn't really matter that the center one was a shimmer cardstock. Okay, next I'm going to add on these little review mirrors. These came with the original Car Dyes Cruiser set. So I cut those out of that same Enchanted Evening cardstock from paper tray ink. And then now I'm going to put together this little headlight assembly. So I cut that out of, I believe it was paper tray ink black cardstock. Then the little lights were cut out of bright buttercup cardstock from paper tray ink as well. Just gluing things down with my Barely Art glue using my Studio Catty embellishment wand to pick up the small pieces. There we go. Now the bumper I cut out of that same Recollections Silver Mirror cardstock. So I'll stick that down first. And then there's some guardrails over top of this bumper, and I really don't know what they're called, but I'm giving it a go. So I do weight things down in between. Next, we will add on black tires. I cut those out of paper tray ink black cardstock, and these came from the original Car Dyes Cruiser add-on, or Car Dyes Cruiser die, or Car Dyes Cruiser set. Big mouthful. Okay, so next I'm going to stick down this little bar assembly. I'm not sure what it's called. It's like a guard bar for the bumper. And that's cut out of that same Silver Mirror cardstock from Recollections. Using my reverse tweezers to pick things up. And I do weight it down in between. Next, I'll add on these last two bars. It just gives it some dimension. You could skip that step if you didn't want to do this, but I do think it adds a little bit of dimension adding these different layers on. So I do weight it down once I get these pieces in place. That's the thing about this silver mirror, or this mirror cardstock. It's a little bit slippery, right? It doesn't really grip super well. Okay, so I cut the netting out of paper tray ink black cardstock, and I'm just going to add some glue around the edge. And I'm going to stick that to the back of the police cruiser. Now, I would probably add this after I have my gnome sitting in the driver's seat normally, but I wanted to show you what it looks like installed. And then there's an extra little piece here for that net that I cut out of that same black cardstock, and I'll line that up. Now, you can put a prisoner behind that net, which would look really cool. But, you know, for your police officer to be driving, I would probably wait and put that net on afterwards. Okay, next I'm going to add my lights to the top of my vehicle. There we go. So here our police cars are like navy and white, or at least a lot of them are. So I'm going to add on my navy car to this white card, this white car base. So I'm adding that on. It's not fun. And I do weight it down, like I said, with some acrylic blocks. Okay, so next I'm going to add on these little black, and I'm not sure what these are. I don't know if these are, like, if this is equipment you know, to pick up license plates or whatever, but they look like another set of review mirror or little side mirrors, so I'm going to add those on. And those I cut out of paper tray ink black cardstock. So I'm just trying to get them lined up as well as I can. There you go. And it's roughly in the right spot. Now I'm going to add on my little headlights. And I cut that out of that same bright buttercup cardstock from paper tray ink. And we just have to line things up as well as you can. There we go. And then I have my second one that I'll add with some Barely Art glue. And you're just covering up the little spots where the little round headlights would be on the original car. So these pieces came from that the police add-ons for the Cruiser. Now next, these two little lights came in the original car die set. So that's just cut out of white cardstock. Now I will add on the grill assembly. But first I'm going to put on this little piece, this little vent, and that is from the original car dies. I cut that out of smoky shadow cardstock from paper tray ink. I just thought it would add a little bit of interest behind that big silver bumper detail. So I'm just going to stick that down with some glue again. And just try to line things up straight. I'm not the best at this right now. Okay, and now that's lined up nice and straight, and I do weight it down. So this is what it looks like when you've got a little gnome driving. And it does fit on an A2 size card front there. And it will fit sideways. If he's wearing a lower hat, it would fit better, but it fits. And there you go. Okay, so next I'm taking some Spectrum Noir Clear Sparkle, and I'm going to paint it on these 3 lights. I really like to do this before I add Glossy Accents. I find it really adds a nice shimmer. So I'm going to add it to all of the lights as well. And I just think it looks fabulous, like I said, once I add on my Glossy Accents. So now here's my Glossy Accents, and I'm just going to add this. You're going to want to put this aside to let it dry for quite a while. You don't want to, you know, smear it. That's the big drawback to using Glossy Accents, that it does take a while to dry. So you're better off just putting this to the side and ignoring it for a bit. And now I'm going to cover up these lights, and it really, when it dries, it really gives just a really nice shimmery, shiny look, and you'll see that in the end pictures. I'm just going to pop a bubble with a bamboo skewer, and now you're in business. So that, it looks a little cloudy there, but you'll see here it's dried clear, and look how glittery and shiny those lights are. So thank you so much for stopping by. Be sure to hop on over to the Jaded Blossom blog, be inspired with the team, the Jaded Blossom store, to get your hands on these amazing products. And thanks for watching our videos. Bye, everybody.